the Capitol riot, the January the 6th riot in the US, and the attack on Brasilia, these two attempted coups, the cattle ranching industry was very heavily involved in them. And this is a part of the story which has really been lost. So two of the leading militias that attacked the Capitol on January the 6th riot instigated by Trump were the Oath Keepers and the Three Percenters. And both of them consolidated around these ranch invasions, these invasions by ranchers of public land in the US, Cliven Bundy and his bunch, who were saying, we can stick our cattle on public land and no one can stop us. And the Oath Keepers and Three Percenters turned up armed to the teeth and drove away the state officials and the federal officials, the wildlife protectors, the rangers who were trying to protect those public lands, in some cases kidnapped people and basically got away with it. The authorities weren't prepared to stop them. And so they were massively encouraged by this. And they then went on to lead the attack on the Capitol. But these were originally people these were white supremacists defending cattle ranchers. Very similar to the situation in the Netherlands. And then in Brazil, a big part of the attack on the presidential palace and Supreme Court and the rest in Brasilia was driven by cattle ranchers who want to be able to keep expanding into the Amazon, cutting down the forest, grabbing the land of indigenous people and dispossessing them. And so there is a sort of organic connection between cattle ranching in particular and far-right politics. So cattle and sheep ranching are the biggest agents in history of dispossession of indigenous people. Whether you're looking at the Americas, both North and South and Central for that matter, Australia, Myanmar today, Madagascar, all over the world, we see, because they are so land hungry, because they demand so much land, this expansion into other people's land and the dispossession of those people from the land. And that's allied with these far-right, racist, colonialist, imperialist narratives which justify the grabbing of other people's land. Those people are inferior. Those people weren't using the land properly. Those aren't developed people. We're the civilized people who can use it properly. These are very strong narratives. I worked in Brazil for 3 years and clashed, well, rather was in some cases beaten up by ranchers and their stooges who were advocating exactly these positions. So I'm painfully aware of how these things are tangled up.